What's going on YouTube? Matty Ice here, and today I just want to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing now for the rest of this channel and for the rest of the football season. I'm still going to give my predictions on what's going to go on during college football, particularly with the Big Ten and all the other conferences that I haven't yet covered. We will cover NFL, and the NFL is going to come on later, closer towards to September. Another thing that we're going to do is I'm going to give my predictions on what's going to happen during this week. Like starting with the AHSA and the AISA, I will pick one game out of each conference, like 1A, 2A, 3A, who I think is going to be the game of the week. And I will give my prediction on what's going on there. And the other thing coming on college football, I'm going to pick a few games going on for every Friday through Saturday. Maybe, 10 or 15 games each week. I'm just going to tell you who I think is going to win. I'm also going to do the same for the NFL. But for the NFL, I'm only going to do the big, important games on what's going on there. And I'm also going to be going to a few high school games, and I'm going to be doing some recording of them. I'm going to put the highlights on this channel, and you're going to see what's going to go on one of those games. But the biggest thing I'm going to do is everybody knows NCAA 13, and I'm going to do my own simulation tournament of what should have happened during NCAA 2013. And how that's going to happen is I'm going to take number one all the way through 125, and every school will compete in each other like a NCAA March Madness tournament. And I have a few rules right here of which I'm going to have to go by. First of all the games are simulated. I'm not going to be controlling any of them. There are a few teams who do get a bye. Those were the top three teams in the country. And according to the USA Today polls, they were number one Florida State, number two Michigan, and number three Auburn. And there are a few rules that I jotted down of what's going to go on. First of all, every team must have at least one home game, depending on their rankings and where they have to travel to. After each home game, they will move to a neutral site. So if a 16 team does win their first game, they will have to travel. They will get at least one home game. And then, like, for say, if North Carolina makes it and California makes it, they're going to have to go to a neutral site somewhere in the middle of the United States. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. I will keep up with injuries. It's going to be like a weekly basis. If, say, Wisconsin has their quarterback taken out and he's out for 2 weeks, I will make sure he is not the starting quarterback for the next 2 weeks. Again, this is all going to be a little tricky and it's going to be hard to keep up, but it's something that I really want to do. We're trying to find out who is the actual number one team in the whole country. And, there will be upsets. There will be teams that will go down, and we'll see what happens. And then we're going to get to the final 8 teams. And what's going to happen there is there's going to be playoffs. And everybody knows the college football playoff of what's going on. But what's going to happen is there's going to be 4 bowl games that they'll have to go to. It's going to be the Sugar, the Fiesta, the Cotton, and the Chick-fil-A Bowl. And they're all gonna be based around where they're coming from. Like take for instance, Oregon. If Oregon and California play each other, they're not gonna travel all the way to Atlanta, Georgia to play a ball game. They're simply gonna go to the Fiesta Bowl. So it's all about geographic areas of where each team is gonna have to play at. Coming in second, we have the Orange Bowl and a second site neutral pick. I might pick another first round bye depending on where the other 2 teams are. It just depends. And for the championship game, it will be in the Rose Bowl. It will be a night game. Honestly, the Rose Bowl is, in my opinion, is the best game of them all. And I will try to put up at least 2 games a day. I mean, this could take at least a month, 2 months to get all the games and all the videos put in. So that's just something that I got going on. It's simple 5 minute quarters. It's all simulation. I'm gonna be like announcing, like Kirk Herbstreit, Brent Musburger, Gary Danielson. All them. And that's just what I got going on for this channel. I'm still gonna be doing updates, and you know we'll find out what happens after college football season, but we haven't began to start. We're still in the mix, and it's gonna have. I got a lot of work to do to get all this on this channel. So I'm gonna do my best and be ready for college football because, excuse me, be ready for football season because it's coming.